what would you say are the most important principles on leadership? Or can you talk about leadership for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I think about leadership, I think about followership because, in reality, we can't make anybody else. We can't, I don't really believe in that kind of compulsive type of quote unquote leadership because to me, that's not leadership, that's manipulation. And so being a good leader, I think, means um, setting a very clear vision on where they want to go and where they want to lead people, and then also making a strong case for why it's in everyone's best interest to go there, and kind of painting a picture about how, I suppose more like the context of how the people fit into this vision. Because I think when people can understand how they're going to contribute and how they're going to benefit from where the leader is taking them. And then I think that means they get on board and they feel like they're part of it. And as a leader, that means that they're really tapping into the potential of the entire group. And when people use more kind of compulsory, force, coercive type of quote unquote leadership, usually people give the minimum, right? They're doing enough to avoid punishment,
Mm.
but they're not willingly giving their best. And I believe great leaders inspire people to give their best.
Not a school of Steve Jobs then. Steve Jobs
Uh,
leadership.
Well, it's funny because I mean, I feel like what Apple did, he had a vision though, right? He had quite the vision, and I just ordered some AirPods yesterday because I love the integration of all of the Apple products. So I don't know, maybe that somewhat of a dictator in that case worked okay.
An exception, maybe.
Yeah.
On that topic, who are your mentors?
Oh my gosh, I've had some, many great mentors over the course of my career. Um, I've had a couple of bosses, actually one boss who I feel like really pulled back the veil on a lot of what really goes on at work. I think that I was quite naive. It's not anybody that people would know, but it was a head of marketing at a bank that I worked at about 15 years ago, and he really, I guess you could say he taught me the rules of the game of work. Because I really was focused on the wrong things before that, and I was really kind of naive about how to influence within the organization and what people's motivations are within organizations. And once he sort of helped me focus on what was really going on, it really did a lot for my career, frankly, because I understood more about how to influence within the organizations. Um, I guess currently, I wouldn't say that I necessarily have active mentors right now, but I am part of a mastermind group of other coaches where we really, help and support each other. And that's been really meaningful and helpful to me as I have, stepped out and become an entrepreneur because it can be
You,
very lonely. It can be
yeah,
very lonely
definitely,
on your
definitely
own.
agree with that. You recommend the mastermind environment then?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And, I think it's important to make sure that you have the right people in your mastermind. I mean, certainly in the one that I've been in, we've had some people that, I think it's important that people are really reciprocal about, supporting as much as getting support. And, we've had some members in the past that it wasn't so reciprocal. And I think that's
Mm.
really critical.
And do you find now you're an executive coach, that you've become more of a mentor to other people?
Uh, yeah, I mean, although I suppose this was always something that was important to me. I mean, I like helping people be the best that they can be. And And I also, when I learn things, I like to share it with other people. So I always did that, even whenever I was, working for companies, even before I was a manager, I like to share things that I learned. Um, but certainly as a coach, people do rely on me and my perspective, and sometimes will want to check in to not necessarily ask my advice, but I suppose like bounce things off of me to see if what they're thinking about doing, if they're missing anything, if there's an angle that they haven't thought of.
Mm.
Um, and I love that kind of partnership. It's really great.
Sort of like a brainstorm.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that it can help people feel more confident too, right? Okay, am I missing something here, right? Am I going to walk in and have this interaction and, have something come out of left field and blindside me? So I think it's helpful to people to just have another set of eyes and somebody to help think through all of the angles.